records acquired by the Washington Post, Ja Morant has now been accused of repeatedly punching a 17-year-old in the head and threatening him with a gun last summer. The teenager told police he was hit 12 to 13 times and was left with a knot on the side of his head. Shannon, what's your reaction to this?
Well, Skip, right now we don't know enough. The complaint has been sealed. I'm going to need more evidence to come out. But this is what I will say, Ja. Ja, you're going to have, and I've said it before, Ja, you're going to have to move differently. You're in a different stratosphere now, Skip. And I just think he needs to conduct himself as a person that's in that said stratosphere. Skip, when I got to college, I had to move differently than I was in high school. When I went to the league, I had to move differently than when I was in college. And as I became a more successful player, I had to move differently. Now that I'm on television, Skip, this TV celebrity is a lot different than at my highest as an NFL player.
I agree.
I have to move differently.
You do.
Skip, if you think about how gangsters do it. Let's go back to gangsters. We talk about John Gotti or any of the gangsters.
Like real life gangsters.
Real life gangsters. Yeah. Think about what they do, Skip. They try to get legitimate businesses. They get homes, they get cars to try to portray that they're on the up and up.
See Tony Soprano.
Yes. Yeah. Skip. You got Ja, has $200-300 million contract with Memphis Grizzlies, $200 million from Memphis. He's the new face. He got a shoe deal, a signature shoe from Nike.
Yep.
5 hours after the launch of his he's an endorsement deal with Powerade. Skip, he portrays that he's like something that he's not. Normally, guys that they're like, okay, I'm cool, I made it, I'm good. Guys that haven't made it wants to project that they are good. I don't get what Ja, he hustling backwards. You're supposed to, once you get out of that environment, like, I'll leave that behind, that ain't me. Ja, you just got to move differently, bro. Skip, I don't know if this is true. I hope it isn't true. But Ja, you can't put yourself in this situation. You can't. People lie. People have been known to lie. And I'm not saying this young man is lying, but sometimes celebrities or entertainers find themselves in situations where people lie because Ja has a name. Everybody knows who he is.
Yep.
They know what he has. And so sometimes, Ja, people will try to take advantage of a situation because you try to portray this, okay, you're an easy target.
Yeah.
Ja, just move differently, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's the only advice. I would never give you any advice about how to play basketball, but I would try to give you some advice about how to move. Let someone else's lesson be your lesson. Skip, if somebody tell me I hit my head on that pole, man, my head hurt. I'm not going to go bang my head on the pole to see if it hurts. I'm going to take your word for it. Ja, there's enough lessons out there for you to learn without having to learn that same lesson through your own hardship. Yeah. That's all I would say to it.
I cannot express to you how much I appreciate everything you just said and everything you have been saying again and again and again and again, because this keeps rearing its ugly head time and time again to a fault. We all love Ja as a player.
Yeah,
I've really tried to embrace him as a player. There are moments of immaturity as a player that disturb me. After game 1 against the T-Wolves, he acted like they had won it all, and it wasn't over yet.
But it was game 2, they lost game 1, remember?
Yeah, they lost game 1, game 2.
Yeah. He said, I don't want nobody to get off. Y'all left. Gone, be gone.
Okay. So Jen mentioned the one incident with the teenager playing pickup ball at his house, at Ja's house. But just 4 days previous to that, there was an incident with the head of security at a Memphis mall that told police that Ja and some of his friends threatened him in an altercation in the parking lot, leaving the head of security alarmed enough that he filed a police report.
It had something to do with something about a shoe, his mom.
I don't know. It's what you said. I don't even know what to... There's a lot of he said going on here, even from the teenager. He said that he said, and just to be fair about this, the Washington Post also reported that after Ja's attorney said the first thing we got was a $20 million demand, a lawsuit demand. And the lawyer said this was a shakedown, and the Post reported the young man's mother had a history of filing lawsuits that have eventually been dismissed. Court records show, including a discrimination lawsuit against the city's fire department and a lawsuit against her children's school district after she said they were bullied on a school bus. Okay, so just for perspective on this, so maybe that's going on, maybe it's not going on.
Correct.
What is going on is that Ja is becoming an NBA superstar, and we have 2 incidents here on top of the laser incident in the parking lot.
Correct.
After a game, a home game, that involved some of Ja's friends. And you said at that point, Ja, you're going to have to cut bait with your friends because they are going to take you down.
Right.
They're taking you places you don't want to go. And
you're taking them places that they can't go.
They can't go.
Think about that, Ja. It's not Skip. Like, and I understand you don't want to. Like I said, I believe you can go home and have a good time, but Skip, why did you do all of that? You did things that your friends didn't do so you can leave that environment only to get $200 million, become a Nike endorsee, become Powerade endorsee, to go back and try to infiltrate that to prove that you're hard. Why?
Yeah. That's it.
I don't, Skip, that's what I don't get with guys when they do that.
And you have brought this up repeatedly on the show, and now I see the meme on Twitter all the time. The way we view Ja, and there's a picture of him. It's like a high school picture of him and his family. It's a family portrait with him and his mom and dad and sister, and that they look like a happy family.
Right.
And then the way he sees himself, and it's a picture of a guy who's a gangsta, gangster, who at least thinks he's a gangster, right? Yes. Okay, and you're like, okay, is that how you view? Do you want to view yourself as that guy?
But what's the end game with that? What's your end game with that?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah.
Are you doing that for your friends? Does that impress? Do you want to impress them? Because as you always say, the more you try to impress your friends, the more likely it is you're going to be sitting with them at games.
They're going to get you in something that you're not going to be able to get yourself out of. I think the thing you impressed, my friends were impressed. Man, my homeboy, man, I was in the same class with him. He from my hometown. That joke in the NFL. Man, you know, Sharp, that's my boy. That's how I impress I ain't going back there to do what y'all do, to try to impress y'all. Hey, man, you know what? No, I'm not cool like that. But like I said, Skip, you go back and look. Gangsters try to get legitimate. Skip, they get fancy cars and jewelry and big homes to show what, Skip? I made it. I got it. I'm legit.
Yep.
Ja got all of that, but he wants to go back and try to show he hood, he gangster. That's backwards. That's what we call hustling backwards. That's a backwards way of thinking.
Yep.
I hope everything is a lie. I don't know enough to Skip to say, okay, Ja did this. I don't know enough to say Ja didn't. The complaint has been sealed, and I guess at a later date and time, the facts are gonna come out, and either he's gonna be charged with something or he's gonna be exonerated. I hope the latter to be true. But Ja, you got to move differently, bro. There's an accumulation going on here, Ja, that you keep finding yourself in these situations. No other NBA player. What is there? There's 30 teams, there's 12, 15 guys, so 450, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, there's 450 NBA players. Somehow, Ja is the one that keeps finding himself in the same situation.
He does.
Bro, if I tell my brother now, boy, association brings on assimilation. You keep hanging around the wrong type of people, and if you see what you assimilate to the same behavior that they display.
Your grandfather was a genius.
He was. You better be careful who you hang around with, Skip.
Here's the silver lining to all this. He's been involved in one incident after another, but he's been very fortunate so far. Nothing has really happened that's really, really bad that could derail your whole career. So you've dared the devil several times, but the devil hasn't gotten a hold of you yet. So can you learn from this? Are these cautionary tales?
I hope. I really hope. I really hope so. You know, Skip, they have these shows that come on called Scared Straight. You know, they take them to the jailhouse, or they take them in and they try to talk to them. Hopefully, Ja can see, like, man, you know what? Got an opportunity. Yeah, I got a $200 million contract, but I got the next one $300 million. And Nike, and, you know, bigger, you know, hey, more endorsees. But don't do that. Don't mess your money up doing some foolishness.
Well, to use one other gangster term, Ja is a made man already. He's made. He just got his new signature shoe, as you talked about. He's an all-star. He's viewed as, I think a lot of people think he's arrived as a superstar. I don't know. What else could you ask for? You're making max money. You've got it all. You've got a really good young team with a really good young coach that is going places. We're only at the beginning. Could it be dynastic? I don't know. It could be.
The thing is, Skip, you don't want someone's enemies to become your enemies. You hang with the wrong crowd, they got enemies. You happen to be there. They might not be an enemy of yours, but you there. Wrong place, wrong time. Bullets don't know addresses.
No.
I just hope that he just like, you know what, man, I'm done. I'm done with this. Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all. And it's not a knock on y'all, but guys, I just have to move differently now. I say the way that the what I am and what I want to become.
Yeah.
If he wants to become.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the upper level, what Kobe was able to become, and what Jordan and what these other guys. And I'm not saying, Skip, he's going to reach that level. But if you want to be that level of Brand and Dorsey, Skip, you got to be squeaky clean, bro.
Yeah.
You just do. And maybe that's not what he wants. Maybe he wants to be with his homeboys. And bless your heart, that's on you, bro.
And speaking of bullets, the final allegation from the teenager at the basketball game was that Ja went inside and got his gun and brought it out and put his hand on it. He had it stuck in his waistband, but put his hand on it. Okay, if you listen, if you want to go there, if you want to play that game,
you asking for trouble, Skip.
Ooh, there is nothing good that can come from that. There's just nothing.
Nothing.
Over a
pickup basketball game?
And the allegation was it's on the check ball, you know, where you're going to check ball.
I checked it back
and it went through Ja's hand and hit him in the chin because the kid threw it hard back at him.
Yeah.
And here we went.
Yeah.
And then Ja said, yeah, I swung first on him. He admitted that, according to the police.
Right.
And then, according to the kid, he goes in the house, and now, what?
Come on.
He's 17 years old.
17 years old, bro.
Okay, come on.
Well, I mean, first of all, why are you playing with 17-year-olds anyway? Unless it's an obstruction.
He was mentoring, because they're not releasing the kid's name, but I'm assuming he's a talent.
He's a minor. He's a minor, Skip, so they're not going to release him.
But he is a Memphis area high school star.
Right.
Of some magnitude.
Yeah, you take it. I mean, come on, John. You take him under your wings. Hey, come on, young blood. Come on, young blood. Come on now. Hey, that's what you do to a guy like that, Skip. You look, and sometimes young kids get disrespected. I remember I went back to Savannah State, and I was in Savannah State. We was at a game, and my homeboy Bucket can attest to this. And Skip, I was talking to the guys. Coach Davis asked me to come talk to the guys, and so I'm walking, just talking. I'm walking, and the guy walked up to me, hand me a piece of paper, stuck it in my pocket. I wanted to give you my autograph. It's okay, young fella. Right. Best of luck.
Whatever happened to him? Who knows?
I don't know, Skip. But say, it is what it is. But like I said, Ja, come on, Ja. You good now, bro. I mean, what, Ja, 22, 23 years of age, Skip? Your whole life, the whole world, everything that you want is in front of you.
Okay. But as wise as your words are, sometimes they just fall on deaf ears.
They do.
They just do.
They do.
And sometimes it's just what a kid wants. He just wants that life. And if you want it, then
hey,
be our guest.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
Yep.